Welcome back to BYU Sports Station. We're live in Studio B alongside Jerem Jordan. I'm Spencer Linton. It's now time to welcome in another Olympian, you know, just a 10-time All-American.
Just a regular Wednesday here on BYU Sports Nation.
3-time NCAA national champion. She is Tiffany Hogan. And
one of the greatest athletes ever at BYU.
Amen. New assistant coach to BYU Women's Track and Field. Your resume is impressive. What else you got for us, Tiffany?
Well, I'm a little embarrassed. I am not matching you guys.
Oh, it's all good.
You didn't get the memo on the shirt?
I did not get the memo.
It's kind of a weird look. But
we never talk about what we're going to wear, and so we actually made fun of ourselves at the top of the show because we don't plan this.
You've got Royal, we got Navy. You know, it's part of BYU.
You did your job.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to BYU. Obviously, your great career at BYU. You were at BYU for a couple years after that. You've been all over the place. Weber State, notably, the last 9 years. So when did you and Jay Hill talk about coming down to BYU?
We did not, but I do love the relationship I had with Jay while he was at Weber State. He allowed me to coach some of his guys to be fast sprinters for us.
Nice.
So
okay.
Yeah, I shared some of his.
So you aided the Weber State ascension in football.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Kalani Sitake is on line one right now, Tiffany.
All right.
As is Jay. They're ready to discuss.
So Camden, Garrett, and Eddie Heckard. Did you work with those guys?
Actually, no, I did
No?
not.
Oh, okay. Dang.
But a couple of fast dudes.
They are fast as well.
Some sprinters that made their way down to BYU. You're back at your alma mater. I mean, you ran track at BYU from 1994 to 1998. What does it mean to you to have this thing come full circle now as a coach at BYU?
I think it's pretty awesome. You know, when I got the job at Weber, I joke that at least I won't coach anybody to break my records. But that is my goal, is to coach people to break my records. You know, I had such a tremendous experience while I was here. I was coached by the great Craig Poole, who was the Olympic coach when I went in 2004. And so a great mentor. He tutored me in a lot of what I know. And so to be able to take that and implement it with the new era that we have in moving into the Big 12, I am super excited to take athletes to that next level.
What is the challenge of being in the Big 12 in track and field? Because obviously Texas, a member of the Big 12, hosted.
Yeah.
I was down there for a couple hours. It was a big scene. It was awesome. Yeah. And BYU represents well. Like BYU has become this incredible cross-country track program. And now they're in the Big 12, and now they've got you, and now it's this new era. What is it like to be a part of that? Which feels like BYU's had a great program for a long time. It feels like this is maybe the best BYU's ever been in this space.
Well, I think it's a great transition for me coming in and moving into this. They went from not having a conference championship to now going in and having an indoor and outdoor championship, where now we become a little bit more unified team, because track and field can be very segregated. You've got your distance team, you've got your throws group, you've got your sprints group, and my group it's kind of its own little group. And now we're going to be a more unified group, cheering for each other even more so, because every point counts when we come to conference. And it's not just about getting those national qualifiers, which of course we really, really want those, and getting national championships and All-Americans and all that, but now to get all conference titles and that kind of stuff. Because some of our athletes maybe aren't going to move on to the national championships or even to the Olympics, but to get that level down, which is not really much of a level down, because to get into that level, you're still got to be incredibly talented.
Trust me, we're all in on conference context with you.
We are excited about football being in that. And for those that don't know, outdoor track at BYU has been independent.
Yes. But
indoor was in the MPSF, which is the same league as men's volleyball.
Yes.
MPSF is basically like, are you in the West and don't have a league? We will gather you.
There's a place for you.
They had Pac-12 teams in some sports, yeah.
Tiffany Hogan is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Now, as you work with that iStone and so many others in the track and field program, what specific responsibilities will you hold, and how will your role be, I guess, specified when it comes to how you coach these athletes?
Well, the event group that I'm over is the multis, which is considered the heptathletes, decathletes, and any of the jumpers. So pole vault, high jump, long jump, triple jump. And then just managing all of the things that they need to implement. With the multis, the men have 10 events to train for. So they're throwing things, vaulting, jumping, going over hurdles, sprinting, and the women are doing most of all the same without the vaulting. And then I'm also over the pole vaulters, and we have another coach that's assisting me with that, Rick McWhorter. And so I'll be implementing all of their strength and their speed and that kind of thing to make them to make them better athletes. So when they get on the runway, they can do
Rick and Zach.
what they need.
Rick's
right?
kid Zach was unbelievable, and he's still unbelievable, which is super exciting. What are you looking forward to the most about this new challenge?
I think it's being able to work in an environment that is more closer to the culture I was raised in. Having higher ethics and knowing that working with high achieving people, because that's what BYU draws in, is those athletes that really want to be the best. Not that the previous program I was at didn't want that, but the athletes here are very high-minded in what they want to achieve and are willing to make the sacrifice to get there.
Okay, out of all the records that you set and still hold at BYU, which is going to be the toughest, do you think, for one of your athletes to break?
Probably my 55-meter hurdle world record, because we don't really run that anymore.
Not because it was hard, but because it's run.
So there's only a few facilities that really run the 55-meter hurdles. Now everybody runs the 60s.
That's going to be tough.
So it's a little harder to try to break that. So that one.
Like anyone can go and see these records, by the way.
Yeah.
They're on the track, they're in the indoor, they're up there. What's it like to still see your name up there?
It's pretty fun. And it's fun to bring my kids and say, hey, that's Mom.
Do they realize how good you were? Do they have any sense?
I don't know. I think they do, but not to the sense that I know how cool I was.
You're like, hey, Mom was pretty awesome back in the day. Yeah. Where is this program compared to where it was when you were here, in your opinion?
I feel like it may be just a touch behind as far as some of the sprints and things like that, but it's nothing to do with the coaches. It's just trying to draw the athletes back into Provo and get that elevation again.
Does the Big 12 aid in that?
I think so. I think it will. I think it will.
Because we've talked there's some good sprinters on the team, but you're right, getting to that point where there's a 55-meter hurdle world record.
Yeah.
Like distance has been the strength here, but now we can get into other spaces.
Let's take the sprinters to the next level, right?
Yes.
Let's get it back to where you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
There have been some throwers as national champs and so on and so forth, but mainly we're like steeplechase is our thing, right? 5K, 10K. Yes, there are a lot of events to go into.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's a lot of events in track and field.
Coach, it's great to have you back
Thank you for having
in
me.
Provo. Thanks for hanging out with us in Studio B.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have
It's always a good day when we have an Olympian on the show.
We like that. We like that.
Not to mention the three-time national champion. So
basically, if you don't hit that criteria, we don't even consider you at this point.
It's a very high
There's
standard.
so many Olympians. It's just
very high standard.
Exactly.